I was 22 years old when I first landed in Jakarta. Coming from France, I thought it would be really easy for me to adapt and adjust. Little did I know, Jakarta had a few surprises up its sleeve, ready to test my patience and resilience. In this video, I want to take you through the 3 main things that I learned by living in Jakarta. The first thing is getting outside of my comfort zone. When I first moved to Jakarta, I was introvert. I was impressed by the crowd. I was impressed by the noises of the street. I was really impressed by the energy of the city. I was, to be honest, intimidated. I didn't know anyone, and I was afraid to put myself out there. My English was poor, and my Bahasa Indonesia was not even existing yet. I was definitely outside of my comfort zone. Getting a food from the street was a challenge. Communicating with the local people was a challenge. I was completely lost in this jungle home of 13 million people. But after a few days, a strange feeling took over me. The more I was seeking discomfort, the more I enjoyed living in Jakarta. I started feeling change happening inside me. It was like I was learning by doing. I was actually forcing myself. And what I mean by that is, in order to learn something new, in order to move forward in your life, you need to sacrifice your comfort. You need to overcome the emotional resistance. You need to kill these negative voices in your head. And at the same time, I had no choices. I had no one here. I had no backup. Sometimes you need to put yourself in a position to grow. Change will happen when you will start putting yourself in a position for a change. The second thing that I learned from Jakarta is patience. Jakarta is a huge and chaotic city. The first weeks were overwhelming and frustrating. Not only about how insane is the traffic, but also seeing how Indonesians are packed in trains to go work and go back home. One day I remember we were stuck with my friend in the train for more than an hour, and I was complaining about it. And I think I was the only one who was complaining about it in the whole train. So he looked at me and he smiles and he says, "Relax, man, we will get there." It's not what he says to me that make me re-question the value of patience. It is his attitude towards the situation we were facing. And I did understood that patience is not the ability to wait, but the ability to keep a good attitude while waiting. We can't control everything, but we can control our reaction towards our situations. The third thing that I learned is how to cope with loneliness. The first month was very lonely. I couldn't speak English well. I had zero clue about Bahasa Indonesia, so I had to learn to speak to myself. Being lonely in your country is different than being lonely abroad. As a French citizen with Tunisian parents, I was looking for my identity. I was looking for who I was and who I wanted to be. I was wondering if I was feeling free in Indonesia or if I just escaped France and what I was escaping from. I had countless of lonely work, lonely dinners, lonely thoughts. Being an expat or being an anak kosan helped me and forced me to face my insecurities, my fears, and build a nice conversation with myself. In order to find the right love, you need to love yourself. In order to find the right person, you need to be the right person. In order to look at the world, you need to be capable to look at yourself in the mirror. Jakarta, man. My favorite playground.